This is a down puffer coat made by the Shot Company out of New York City, made in the USA. Found this at an estate sale, actually last winter, and they had it priced at $10. And this was in the morning. It was almost noon, and at noon they hustle everybody outside, and then you have to line up, and they let you back in 10 at a time, and everything is 50% off. So I saw this and I just left it in the closet, and when I came back in, I just grabbed this along with some other things. So this only cost me $5, and it sold for $60. I obtained about 4 banker boxes full of vintage pinups, including these 2 vignettes by Alberto Vargas, a very famous illustrator. And one guy bought both of these. I had them listed separately at $18 a piece. Another lot of 10 Maxell tapes, used tapes from the 70s. There's some jazz music recorded on these. I think one of the reasons these sell quite well for me, and I got $45 for these 10, is that there's no writing on the labels, and the tapes are just in excellent condition, like they were recorded on and maybe played once or something. That felt pad is in great shape. And in any case, I acquired cases and cases of these tapes, and they've been selling over the past couple of years quite well. And it reminds me, I think the guy has some more tapes. I need to contact him and get some more. Again, these 10 tapes sold for $45. This is a steering wheel off a 70s to early 80s Ford, usually found on Mustang 2s. This is called the Sport Wheel. It's got this foam padded steering wheel with the faux stitching and the brushed aluminum spokes. And this sold for $100. This is an RCA 9-inch color TV VCR combo. Find these at garage sales, $2 to $5 usually, or as in this case, for free. I always carry a VCR or VHS tape with me so I can test these out when I find them on the spot, because the VCR portion is usually the first thing to go on them. This one was working fine. I made a little video of it to put in my listing, and it sold on Bonanza. It's going to the East Coast island of Manhattan. 2 more 5-packs of this 110 film sold. This is the stuff I took a chance on. Bought a big box of them, probably about 20 of these 5-packs. And they've been selling at $25 a piece. This is a Sony Walkman. It's an early version, probably the early 80s. And I found this at an estate sale where I walked in and, there was nothing I thought I wanted. Looked all over, a lot of Pier 1 stuff, and no interest. And then I looked in the closet and they had this in there for $3. So, I'll take a chance on that. And it works great. Everything works fine on it. Did a little research, and apparently most of this model, which happens to be the WM4, were made in Korea, except the very first ones were made in Japan, and this one is one of those. And it came with everything, including the headphones. The foam had deteriorated to the point where it just crumbled when I touched it, so I took that all off. Did a little video demo of it. Put it up for sale for $300 on eBay. And of course, everything gets cross-posted to Bonanza and Together. And just a couple minutes ago, I got that PayPal signal that somebody had paid me. And I go and check my email, and it was a Together sale. It sold for, with their 5% discount, it actually sold for $285. So good thing I dug through the closet of that estate sale. I don't do a lot of t-shirts, but when I see them for 50 cents and I think they might have an audience, I'll pick them up. This one with marijuana legal in so many states, this is no longer as relevant to those people that were rebellious and wanted to show off that they smoked the pot. Pacalolo, over 1 million stoned. That's a nice shirt. Yeah, it sold for $20. I found this model kit, wooden model kit of a Norman catapult at a garage sale for just a couple dollars. Way too complicated for me to want to mess around with, even when I was a kid. Very complicated siege weapon. And I checked it all out, looking for any missing parts. Didn't see any. So I priced it at $50. Took a couple months. But somebody's willing to put in the effort to put this together. This is a pair of Salvador Ferragamo pale yellow slingbacks. Part of the buy from over a year ago at the local auction. The outside part where the truly economical shoppers buy. I bought about, I suppose, 10 pair or more of these, all for $25. Slowly selling. These Ferragamos don't go quickly, it seems. And this is a pair of size 7.5B. A pretty good size. And we sold for $60. This is a Chrysler dealer brochure from 1969. That is a beautiful car. Big as a whale. And I picked up this brochure in a box lot at an auction quite a while ago. This has been up for over a year. I just kind of forgot about it. Beautiful color pictures. And it finally sold for $20. This is a ham radio or mobile transceiver that it's not new in the box, although it looks barely used. I acquired this along with all the models and trains and other hobby equipment. And this sold for $330. The local auction was pretty good last week. Seems every now and then stuff goes very cheap. I acquired this kit for a windmill. It's an all metal kit. They make them in Nebraska, not too far away from me. And this came along with 4 other sealed games. One of them very interesting railroad game that I priced at like $80. And I got that whole lot for just $3 that night. And this sold for $30. I found it interesting that this windmill kit made in Nebraska is going to Hong Kong, China. Perhaps they need one to make a cheap copy of. I just listed a Patagonia t-shirt along with a North Face t-shirt together for $40 about 30 minutes ago. And then this one sold. And this is, at first I thought that the ones I just listed sold, but this is a different one. I found this over the summer for 50 cents at a garage sale. It's got an older Patagonia style logo on it. And this sold for $30. This is a Panasonic AM/FM tabletop radio. It's actually plastic with the faux wood grain finish on it. I found this at a garage sale, and I got it for free because while I was looking at it, I noticed that the dial number indicator plate was loose. And they said I could just have it. So I took it apart and I glued that back in place, cleaned it up, and I sold it for $30. This is the center horn button for that Mustang 2 Sport Wheel I sold last week for $100. And just the horn button itself sold for $60. This is the railroad game that came in the lot that included that windmill kit I sold yesterday. And again, I got about 4 games, all brand new at the auction for about a $3 bid. And this one sold for $80. This is a John Deere hat. Sort of a caricature there, Duke of Dirt. I think this was an advertisement for Mountain Dew. I think that's what puts out the Full Throttle. Anyway, it's sort of a kid's cap. I priced it at $20. I got it for free at a garage sale. And it's been up for quite a while. And somebody gave me one of those sob story offers. I always hate those. I'd rather they just give me the offer, because I hate to give in to a sob story. But this one was short and sweet, something about being down on his luck. And he offered $12 for it, so I let it go. This is an old wooden barrel or cask tap or spigot. This was in a box lot, just kind of found it while going through what I had purchased. The label is just barely readable. It's a Redlick. Not that I know what any of that means, but I priced it comparable to what I've seen sold, and it sold in just a couple of days for $15. Come on, Norm. Attaboy. Had a girl. Come on, Blue.